Welcome to the WSL Finest Hour, everybody. My boys with the media team, Junior. Actually, Matty Junior. He changed his gamer tag. And Salvo.
Yeah.
Um, so, boys, how you been?
Yeah, I've been good. I've been alright. Bit better, I've been alright.
It's been an interesting week, but I think it's
Salvo's been AWOL all week. Ain't
yeah, I have, guys, and apologies. I've split last week's show. I've edited it, the audio ready to put to a video, but I just haven't done it yet. So it's my bad. But we'll go up to YouTube in 5 different parts, probably around the same time this one does.
Okay, that's okay. We understand. We had life out of this WSL league, and we get it. So don't worry about it.
All right, cool.
Last Thursday game, we have the president, Mr. Adam
Got
here.
you jumping straight in.
He's right here with me, Junior, and I know you have a lot of questions about some of the rules, okay? And
Not some of the rules.
well, some of the rules, but our week started Thursday. Thursday games. There was a big drama with the Columbus game.
Okay.
And let's start with that one first. I
I
know.
think we solved that. Okay, so the Columbus game. You want to go straight into the Columbus game? Adam told me not to mention the Columbus game again, or he was going to kill me. So.
This is WSL Finest Hour. This is what we do.
Oh, okay.
We ask the questions that people aren't even allowed to ask.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can talk about it, and then we're gonna have Alan tell us his side of the story and what happened. You
Well, you interviewed me then, guys. It's Salvo and Wendy's turn to interview me, and I can give answers.
Okay, well, this is what I understand of what happened in the Columbus game. You had one of your players had a gamer tag change,
These are parking the box.
and it kind of went a little later, like 30 minutes late or 5 minutes late,
I don't know. Give or take 10 minutes late.
and he played your game, and they noticed this red something playing around. They went. You see, I know Alan always has the website on the side of the when he's playing. He's got his computer on the side. And he's always looking at whoever he's playing with. He's got his computer and the roster pull up. Okay, it's not that he just do it with you. He does it with everybody.
That's cool.
And he saw Columbus players were like, "Do we need to back out? Do we need to back out?" And he was like, "Let me make sure. Maybe he changed his gamer tag and we forgot to change it." And he was going back and forth in the website. And then when they figured out it was late, they backed out. And your team were winning big time, like big, 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 big. What do you have to say about that? They make it right. He made it right because
Yeah, he did make it right, and honestly, big credits to Adam for coming back on his word and saying, giving us the win for that. And I appreciate that and I respect that a lot. And I think a lot of people on the website and my team respected that decision a lot. I think that decision there, was the pinnacle of the players coming back. You know, I'm not going to lie, at half time I did notice that a few tactics changed in their team, right? Because I believe that Lindsay went from playing from out wide to central. Father had spent most of his time not playing. I did remember that in the second half. And that was probably while he was checking a game attack change. But by that point, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we were winning 3 goals at half time. Okay, and I think honestly, my honest opinion is I think Woody was about 10 minutes late on his game attack change. If it was any later than 20 minutes or 10 minutes. Alright, so that was my only uproar about it. You could give or take 10 minutes.
yeah. But you know that this happens um, to anybody that is late. They are not allowed to play it. Last week it was Manny. Emmanuel went on to Manny and said, Manny, your player signed up late. Please do not play it. And Manny said, yes, I know, and he's not playing. So owners kind of respect the rules and stick with it. I know that you were winning big time, 5-0 at the 80th minute. It was kind of like late in the game, so that's why Columbus will say it was in the 80th minute. I know your team will say it was the 80th minute. So, but I was not in the game, so I can't tell you what minute it was.
To be fair, I remember the exact time it went out. It was about the 78th minute that it all went out. And
Okay.
I think like the rules state, you've got to play until the end of the game.
Mhm.
But at 5-0 up, the game's already over. It was over at half time.
Okay.
So backing out at
Okay.
at 45th minute or the 80th minute, the game was already over. And like you said there, Wendy, you did capitalise on Manny's error last week about signing a player. We didn't sign a player. It was a gamer tag change. We didn't have any advantage at all in that game. It was the same player that plays every single week.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right. So it's not like we signed a world class player from the AVL who's ranked number 1 or anything like that.
Mhm.
And apologies for bringing up another league.
Oh, it's okay. So let me pass my microphone and my phone to Adam, and we're gonna address what he's gonna say about that gamer tag change, and then we're gonna move on to the LA Galaxy game. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello, Adam.
So, this is what I would like to say about this whole thing, okay?
Not the whole thing, just one thing.
Well, I'd like to put it in a nutshell from my perspective.
Okay.
I'd like to start by saying that if you think it's difficult to run a team and keep stats for a team, try doing it for an entire league. Richie Rich said that on the Facebook group, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciated that because you have no idea. You deal with your team's problems. I deal with 24 teams' problems. Okay? I can tell you that I backed out, and it was about the 63rd minute when I backed out. I don't know when everybody got out of the game. If you're saying 78th, so be it. I just know that in the second half, when I saw Red Woody, I work with all the gamer tags, building them in League Republic for the stats, putting them on rosters. I'd never seen it before. And so just like Wendy said, I went and checked. Then I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt in case we missed a gamer tag change. When I saw that the gamer tag change was posted 34 minutes late at 5:34, which I can take you a picture of that if you'd like, because you can only see general hours. And that's why Gump told me he didn't process it, because it was 34 minutes late. Then I told my team to back out. As I said in my Facebook post, cheap way to get a win? Yes. Did I do the wrong thing? No. And, I went back on it, and why I'm still conflicted about it. But I did it, and I know why, to try and salvage a team. But the truth is, when owners take ownership, they agree to look at the rules and to abide by them. And when I do stuff like this, it only serves for people in the future to complain about it on Facebook in grand fashion and use a bunch of filthy language and insult the league and call me a cheater and this, that, and the other, and then get their way. So in that sense, I'm conflicted about it. Have you worked hard and stepped up when Scant walked away to put together a great team that shows up for you every week and has done a fabulous job? Yes. And to be honest, deep down, that's probably why I did it, Junior. Not because technically I wasn't right with the rules, because the rules are explicit and clear. Anybody can read them and see. But because you had stepped up for Scamp and took his place, and I didn't want to slap you in the mouth with a forfeit win when you were already beating us 5-0. And to all the idiot haters that were talking about, 5-0, every single one of you have been in a game where We all call them EA games. EA got us where nothing we do is right and everything the other team does is right. So, to those guys, I say keep playing long enough and you'll have one of those games.
Yeah, I can respect that. To be fair.
Well, can I just say one thing as we're discussing respect? This goes not only to Matt but to all the owners. Really, I appreciate the fact that the people that play on your league team aren't your children. Theoretically, your duty as the owner there to represent that team. Have a word with them. Do you know what I mean? There was no respect going on at all, and people were flying off the handle saying the admin's this, the admin's that. Now, I got to be honest, I took offence to that. I'm a player in this league, I am, but I'm an admin at the same time. I have nothing to do with either team. So somebody going on there and slating off the admins.
I can't control anybody's opinion.
It's downright disrespectful. So
I can't control anyone.
Well, I think he's talking to the people that you can't control, Junior, not you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a case of you need to.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, let me put it into perspective for you. My team turned up right before the games about an hour earlier. We started practicing, and I'm not going to lie here, we sucked. I think we lost about 4 games in a row in normal league games, and we were absolutely god awful. And we played against Charlton, and I always try against Charlton because it was my old team last season. And we went 1-0 up, and we conceded straight after the break.
Hey.
And then after that, we just kept banging on, and we beat them 6-1. And nobody could believe it, and the hype was so unreal.
Oh my gosh, not 6-1! Ah.
Exactly like that, right? And the hype was so unreal. And then straight away, I spoke to the boys and go, right, that was against Charlton. It's not a difficult team. No offence, Richie. But now we're playing against Columbus, who are 4th in the league, so they're going to know what we're doing. And then as soon as we started banging goals in exactly the same way, then the belief started just coming back again, and it was just so unreal. Now, if you take that into perspective, right, as a team, where you were losing prior to games, and then beating a team in the top 4, and then going through, right, okay, don't worry about it, because everything you've just done from now is all a forfeit. The 6-1 against Charlton's now a forfeit. Now the 5-0 against Columbus is a forfeit. So everything you've just done right now is just a waste of time. So their mentality right there was, I'm going to quit. Right, and I can personally at that given point say to them that don't quit, don't go mad, because I felt the same way, but I didn't personally at that given time post a rant on Facebook. It was only afterwards where I just everybody wanted to quit, and I was like, do you know what? I tried my hardest. Everyone wants to quit right now, and do you know what? F this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do a little bit. I mean, like I've said previously, I've been in 2 cup finals and lost cup finals.
It's the first time I've ever been an owner. All right.
You can't talk with that disrespect for other people. It's just it's absolutely immoral. It really is. I think it's stupid. It really is. And to be fair, as I say, when people are starting to call out other people from around the league or trash talk the whole league, you're talking 24 or 23 other teams there. What have they done? Do you know what I mean? I appreciate the frustrations were high. I appreciate even the fact that people want to have a rant. It wasn't the fact that they were having a rant. It was the way they went about it, the demeanour that was put there.
Well, you could also say that the way that Columbus went about it was the wrong way, but
absolutely. I'm not saying
that's just my opinion.
Now you can only be talking about me because my team didn't really say anything that I know of.
I think there was a collection of your team members. To be fair, I remember reading some comments, and that's when I started.
I'm talking about Celtic players and Columbus players. I'm talking about people that weren't there, people that were
Well,
I'm on about players in general. I'm not trying to have a hit at any individual team's players. What I'm saying, as a whole, and it especially goes out to AMs and owners, is from this day forth, as it should have been from day one, we really need to learn to have a bit more respect for each other.
Well, and that's why we try and maintain a decorum in our Facebook group that is respectful. We don't allow that filthy language. This is not, and I'm going to say the other league, the ACL and the AVL, where you can just take a run at anybody at any given time for anything. We want a respectful league. If you don't want to participate respectfully, it's very simple. There's a leave group button. And if you don't do it, we'll do it for you if you are severely disrespectful in our group. It's simple.
He done it with me, so.
Well, but you're also back in.
Yeah, you did invite me back in. Thank you.
Okay, but
we had that problem with Johnny back in the days.
Once again, I tried to make it right.
You did make it right.
But then the following day, you start taking cheap shots again. You know?
We'll get to that one.
So now we have discussed the issue with the Columbus game. And at the end, that was resolved. You were happy with getting the results you wanted. And he did make it right. Now, Friday, we are back in the drama. Was this the last game?
Saturday, last game.
Yes, it was the last game. And here we go again. Celtic and LA. What happened on that game? Will you tell me?
Well, it's quite simple, really. Right, I respect Raymond a lot, right? Because I speak to Raymond a lot. And honestly, we were in a game. It was like, he might say it differently, right? But we're all over LA Galaxy, and I can't remember a time between kickoff and like the time that we backed out where they had the ball.
Okay.
All right. So we were playing, and I noticed that in about, I think it was the 18th minute or something, that their Ellie lagged out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, okay, cool, right. And like, I hate, right, like for anybody that plays in a competitive league, I 100% support that. If you're going to play in a competitive league, play with 11 players. If not, what is the point? We might as well go back to Division 10, playing against two people that parked the bus with a back five. It completely, ignores the fact of playing competitively. And that's not a dig at Raymond, that's a dig at like people that want to play in a competitive environment.
Well, you have to understand, Raymond has tried to get more people on his team. Do you think people want to play with him? He's in the bottom table.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I absolutely understand that. All right. But also what I'm saying is they lagged out without an any, and my team refuses to play against a default back line that's going to park the bus and where EA controls that game. That's not competitive to me.
Well,
that is being controlled. Do you know what I mean? We could have done that. We've done that in practice all night. All right.
Okay.
So what? That is completely defining the absolute reason to playing in the WSL.
So you went back and you saw Danny lagged out.
So I backed out. The whole team backed out, right? And I think it was Nezzo or Beasley that messaged Cinder, Raymond, right, and said, "Look, we don't want to play without an any. Would you like to play the game? If that's okay, right?" He agreed to that. Okay, whether he lagged out or not, it doesn't matter. He accepted to replay the game. All right, he didn't lag out at all during the start of that second game to half time. All right, and we were 3-0 up.
Okay. Okay. So they didn't took the forfeit. They went back at it, and you guys replayed the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened?
What? Once we replayed the game?
Yeah.
I think we scored literally from kickoff. If I'm wrong, Nezzo, if I'm wrong, yeah, tell me, or anybody from Celtic, tell me. But I believe from kickoff we scored straight away and we went 1-0 up. And then by half time it was 3-0 and they backed out.
Mm-hmm.
And they, I think Raymond's exact words were, "You can have the forfeit." My players didn't want to play after that because they were annoyed. I don't know how anybody could be annoyed from being at 0-0, right, and then losing 3-0. I don't understand that. In my mind, I don't understand how a player could be annoyed from drawing 0-0 to losing 3-0. You know, I don't get that.
Okay. So you guys go back to Facebook again, and you take it out.
All I said was LA Galaxy play with an Eddie. I'm not dealing with this crap again because am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Right. I'm not dealing with this stuff again because of the previous night.
Okay.
I don't think you were wrong in that comment either. I got to be honest.